Hello everyone, it's Shun. Today I'm going to be talking about how I became fluent in English, how I reached the point where I am at presently. Hope you enjoy it. But before I get into the topic, I want to briefly introduce myself. For those who don't know about me, I was born and raised in Japan. Both of my parents are Japanese and they don't speak English at all. I didn't have any exposure to English until I entered junior high school, and when I was a teenager, I wasn't a serious student. All I did was listening to rock music and playing guitar. I was so passionate about music. So I didn't learn what I should have in school. Naturally, my English was not really good. And after I graduated from high school, I went to music school. But when I was 21, I gave up pursuing my career in the music industry. And for the first time in my life, I didn't know what to do. And I was like, I don't even know what I want to do in my life. And I wasted a few months. And finally, I decided to learn something new, something that's possibly useful in the future. And I chose English. Because even then, English was kind of familiar to me because I really loved British rock music. I still do, like the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Queen, Oasis and stuff. And so that's why English was kind of familiar to me. And once I started, I found it enjoyable. And after like 2.5 years, when I was 25, I passed the Aiken grade pre-1 exam and got 950 on TOEIC, and when I was 27, I passed Aiken grade 1, and when I was 30, I passed the entrance exam and got into Osaka University. I'm in the second year at university now, and I study French there. That's about it. Of course, my English is not still perfect, far from being perfect, actually, but I guess it's good enough to communicate with people. Now, back to the topic. What did I do to develop my speaking skills? Basically, 3 things. Number 1, shadowing or reading aloud. Number 2, talking to myself. Number 3, teaching. I'll explain them one by one. Number 1, shadowing or reading aloud. I guess probably more than half of the time I spent studying, I was actually speaking something. I believe this is essential in improving your language skills in general, particularly listening and speaking. What I did was setting subtitles on YouTube videos, shadowing them, reading aloud passages from textbooks, and memorizing lines from my favorite movies and reproducing them with emotions, gestures, facial expressions and stuff. It's so much fun for me. As I said, I'm learning French right now, so I do the same in French, sometimes in English as well. I see languages as a kind of music, so doing all these things is like singing at karaoke for me. And also, I sometimes record myself to see how well I sound, which really helps me improve my pronunciation. I recommend you do it as well. Number 2, talking to myself. I believe this is one of the most effective ways to make progress in your speaking, but not many people can continue because it requires you to use a lot of willpower and mental energy, I know it's tough, but if you want to be fluent, this is something you can't avoid, especially if you're learning alone in Japan and have no one to talk with in English. So how do you do this? Let's say you are talking with someone and explaining something to them. You can talk about anything, like your hobbies or something that's related to your job, what you studied at university, your friends and family members and stuff. I guess the easiest is introducing yourself. I think it is the best stepping stone. And when you've got used to it, you can talk about something more advanced, like politics. Again, this is tough, maybe a little bit demanding, but it's really, really effective. Number 3, teaching. You've probably heard that teaching is the best way to learn. I totally agree. When you teach something to someone, you have to organize the contents you're going to explain and put them into words that others can understand. And through the process, you can sort out information, right? To be honest, when I became an English teacher at an English conversation school, my English was not good enough. Unfortunately, I was in charge of mainly conversation classes, so the pressure was huge. Naturally, I couldn't teach the way I hoped to, but I worked really hard and prepared for the classes really well, and slowly over time, my speaking skills started to improve. Ironically, I was the one who made the most progress, not any of my students, because most of my students had only 1 classes a week, 1 hour a week, whereas I taught the same content over and over again, like 4 or 5 times a week, That's why, So I recommend you all become an English teacher. Just forget it. I know you can't because you have a job, or it's not realistic, right? That's where 独り言 or talking to yourself comes in. You explain things in English, and it's even better to make YouTube videos like me. So again, what I did: number 1, shadowing or reading aloud; number 2, talking to myself; number 3, teaching. With these 3 things, I was able to reach the current level. I think it's possible for you to incorporate number 1 and number 2 into your daily English learning routine. If you can, number 3 as well. And finally, I'd like to tell you that it's perfectly possible for you to be fluent in foreign languages, even if you start now. As I said, I started learning English when I was 22, and now I'd say I'm a pretty good English speaker. Not perfect, but not bad. I'm sure you can do the same, and I'm going to continue to help you with my YouTube videos. I hope this video has inspired you to work harder to achieve your goals. Please subscribe to my channel and give thumbs up if you enjoyed it. See you in the next video. Bye.